Greetings, Berge Ara Zobian, Gallery Z Director. Welcome back to Gallery Z. Before all that, happy summer. We are June, July 2024. We're happy to have you to experience this very extensive, serious exhibition. It's an exhibition of 1+ generations, or 1 generation plus 1, or 3 generations plus 1 of the Elibekian family. And you see in the background here, we have upwards of 67 pieces of fine art, including our Barashak Elibekian, Robert Elibekian, Henrik Elibekian, late Henrik Elibekian, and Arek Elibekian, the grandson. So I will give you a small tour of every artist's pieces and talk about all the art that's presented here. So what we have here is Arek Elibekian. He's the youngest. He's born in 1970, born in Armenia, son of Robert Elibekian, and the grandson of Barashak Elibekian. Arek is 54 years old. He's actually currently in Armenia, and he is enjoying his father's very extensive retrospective solo exhibit at the Armenian National Museum in Yerevan, capital of Armenia. Arek is a full-time painter. All the works are original here. Most of the scenes that he has done are scenes from Paris, France. Some are from Quebec and throughout the world. Mostly he likes café trottoirs and scenes from various landscapes. He likes boats and rivers. And lately he's also been doing some abstract work that we have noticed, and you'll be seeing a few more. Arek is also working in the museum in Montreal, teaching, and he has his own private studio. He does private lessons and travels a lot. Recently, in the month of May and late April of 2024, he had almost a sold-out exhibit at the Stephanie's Gallery in Los Angeles. Very large Armenian art community there. And so it's a big collection of art. Arek has upwards of 38 pieces of original art here. We've just sold a few, which I'm very happy, and we'll have the main exhibition reception on the 29th of June. And welcome back. Grandfather of Arek Elibekian, Barashak Elibekian. He was born in 1910 and passed away in 1994. He was primarily from Tbilisi, Georgia. We call it Tiflis. Lived a good life. He was mostly in Tbilisi or Tiflis in Georgia, Republic of Georgia, which is north of Armenia. He was mostly in the theater scene, ekran or fresco painter. Later on in his life, during the Second World War, he started to do, besides his large-scale frescoes or murals, he started to do more folk art and naive art. And actually, the government of Georgia made him a national treasure, and because he was depicting the lifestyle of the Georgian people, and loading coal, going home to home. Look at this piece here. He calls it the 3 Guguindos or Gringos. It's not Gringos, it's Grindos. It's 3 Georgian men, actually. We're going to talk about Henry Elibekian, which is Robert's brother and Arek's uncle and Barashak's first son. I'm also protected by this Chinese warrior. It's not part of this exhibition. It's a bronze piece, a very beautiful piece. Henry Elibekian unfortunately passed away in 2019. For many years, he would not exhibit with his brother Robert, and we'll be seeing Robert's work very shortly. Born in 1936, also born in Tiflis, Georgia. He was more of an abstract painter, even though this particular nude piece that we just looked at doesn't really portray his work. He worked in larger scale and some still lifes, as we see here. He lived primarily in Moscow, exhibited quite a bit around the world, Eastern Europe, United States, Armenia. And I must say, between these family of the generations of two so far that I've shown you, they are in world collections, private collections, and over 100 museum and private collections around the world. We're going to come back to Henry's brother, Robert Elipekyan, who's also living in Armenia. He was born in 1941. As I mentioned, the month of July and August 2024, there'll be a solo exhibit of Robert's works in the National Museum of Armenia. He's very well celebrated, exhibited around the world. He took on the palette more of his father, Varshag, and an active painter, that he carried some of the theatrical scenes and also lots of portraiture. His palette also encompasses a wide range of work, and mostly his work is oil on linen, sometimes on board. Again, the theater scenes that we are seeing more in an abstract way. This particular one that we're going to be seeing is called Artist Studio. Again, Robert Elipekyan, born 1941. And he also worked a lot with various models, in primarily, models with same women. This is a recent publication of Robert's works, and we could see his incredible works. Most of the work is sold. And we see lots of similarities in his work with his father's work, actually. Then, as we were talking about, the models that he photographed constantly would paint, and some of them will be almost the same portraiture or profiles of just the same models. This particular piece that we're going to be looking at was actually done on paper, and it's called Three Women. It's a piece that he did when he was traveling with Arek. They would travel every fall, spend a couple of months in Europe, in Paris, and spend some time in Montmartre, in the city, and then go to Aix-en-Provence and travel and paint. So he would have a palette and pen and ink on paper. Then again, we come back to the same profile model. The other one was called model. This particular one is called Hasmik. As I mentioned, very similarities of the nose and the profile. And this is also, I think, a Hasmik kind of piece. And this is called profile. It's also watercolor on paper done in Paris. This one is called Evening, very simple. It's on oil on canvas. Another portrait by Robert Elipekyan, born in 1941, by the name of Nairi. Nairi is an Armenian name. I love this piece. Actually, this is from my personal private collection, and again available. The price range of Robert's works are from $1,200 to $6,000. Henrik's works are $8,000 to $10,000, and Arek's works are from $900 to $4,000, all original works. And we're going to see another Arek Elipekyan right here. This is called Summer Landscape, that I believe he did this in Canada. It's an oil on canvas, 20 by 24. I just want to mention the work is available online. We ship into continental United States for free. All you do is you go to the Gallery Z website, which is galleryzprov.com, P-R-O-V, that's abbreviation of Providence. And talk about Providence, so for 20 years we're in Providence on historic Federal Hill, and in 2020, right after COVID, we moved to 100 Bellows Street, Warwick, Rhode Island. So we're located between New York and Boston, midway. It's a beautiful space up here. You can see all the gallery space. We have a loft up there, over 2,000 pieces of all original fine art. And again, this is a very extensive exhibition of the Elibekian family. The shelf life for about 2.5 months. Our receptions are always the last Saturday of the month from 12 to 5 p.m. or by appointment or by chance. Our hours are 12 to 5 Thursdays and Saturdays, and always available by appointment. I just want to bring you to attention for this beautiful piece. This is Arek Elibekian piece. It's called Autumn in Saint Odile, and it's oil on board actually. Arek loves to do some landscapes, mostly people in café trottoirs. Here's another one of boat at the Seine at the in Paris. Passage L'Île Saint-Louis. Then these are more of his kind of subdued, muted color spring scenes actually. This one is called Spring in Outremont. And then we're going to come around. Also, Arek also has published some books. These are some of his publications. You can look at his work, and you can see very heavy on café trottoirs and portraiture, similar to his father's works. Again, most of the works in this book are sold. Books are available, and if we purchase a book, purchase an art piece, we also give you one of these smaller books that we have published for Arek. Going to come around and see another winter scene now. This is called Avenue du Musée, the road for the street of the museum. And we're going to come around and again pan to Robert's pieces, and then come back to up here is right up here is an Arek abstract piece that he was working on a few years back, and we're going to get lower all the way down to, I love this piece with those reds and oranges and blues, and these three are all also Arek Elibekian pieces. And then Arek again, a celebrated artist, born in 1970, traveling now in Armenia for a few months. Been representing the Elibekian exhibition and family's artworks, the three, Varshak, Arek, and Robert, since about 16, 17 years now. And it was most recently, 4 or 5 years ago, that I was able to gather some pieces from Henry, his uncle's works, and unfortunately Henry passed away in 2019. He lived mostly in Moscow, but also had a pad in Yerevan, Armenia. We're going to walk around and look at some of the work with Arek's last few pieces. Again, a few more abstract pieces. Top one is called The Composition with Blue. And then the one right in the middle here is called Composition. And this one is called, actually very interesting, Composition with Goldfish. And last two of Arek's works is works that deal with flowers, which is very interesting, very dense colors. The bottom one that we're looking at now is called Rose Garden 1. It's $1,500. $1,560, and this last piece is called Rose Garden 2. And finally, we have this smaller room that we always showcase mostly Armenian works, all original works, and everything is available online. We are a tax-free zone, to note, and we also ship for free. Greetings again, and thank you for watching this video. I'm very grateful with Dina Grenier, who's also the publisher of Rhode Island Wave. We have actually an advertisement and an article in June and July of 2024, and a good spread we got on this exhibition on the various media sources. Painting behind me is Seta Bekarian. It's not an exhibition related piece of art from Eli Bekyan family. This piece is called Peaceful. I love this piece. It's a very large piece. It's almost a 4x8 piece of art, and that's on linen, oil on linen. And the rest of the works are all various artists, mostly Armenian painters, all original works. And I wanted to also mention and finally mention Gallery Z is located at 100 Bellows Street, Warwick, Rhode Island. Our phone number is 401-454-8844. And the Gallery Z website is galleryzprov.com. And you're welcome to call me for a private appointment or tour, and by chance. Our hours, as I mentioned, 12 to 5, Thursdays and Saturdays, and always available by appointment. And finally, every piece of art is on the website. We ship for free, and we are a tax-free zone. Thank you so much.